Unfortunately, most of the Irish population was devastatingly poor and lived in cottages. 2.4 million of 8 million was in poverty at the beginning of the 19th century. This would influence foreign intervention and the United Kingdom would step in. At the beginning of the 19th century, the United Kingdom would enforce the Act of Union. Ireland would be in rebellion from day one. Tensions between the two countries were very severe. The Irish Catholics hated the act forced upon them by the English Protestants, mainly for the reasons that the Irish wanted to be independent, there was to be no Catholic emancipation, and the Catholics could not hold office. Catholicism was very important to the Irish, and when the United Kingdom tried to stop them from practicing it, it only influenced more rebellion and immigration to the United States. Potatoes would arrive in Ireland at the end of the 16th century. Sir Walter Raleigh, an explorer, would bring them back from South America. For the next century and a half, the potato would be a staple crop of Ireland's agriculture and become one of the main foods in their diet. This was primarily due to the fact that the potato was a cheap source of food and easily farmed, suitable for the Irish because they were very poor and lacked skill. Suddenly, in 1845, famine would strike due to potato blight. Potato blight is the worst problem that the potato grower faces. Once it arrives, it can devastate a crop in a day or two. The infection moves down from the foliage to the potato tubers, causing them to rot as well. When the potato famine occurred, many Irish fell ill to cholera and other vicious diseases. More Irish would die from cholera than hunger. Charles Edward Trevelyan, a colonial administrator, wanted the Irish to die out from the famine. He believed the famine was an effective mechanism for reducing surplus population. He forced the Irish to export their good crops and keep the infected potato. Ultimately, the potato famine forced the Irish to leave their homeland, and most of them would start to immigrate to America in the middle of the 19th century. Because many Irish farmers were unable to pay their dues with the failing potato crop, their English landowners paid for their journey to America with the cheapest option possible. This was by sea. English landowners didn't care about the well-being of the Irish. The ships the Irish used were usually in poor condition. English landowners were only interested in keeping their land profitable. The Irish would face many dangers in traveling over the ocean, which included fires, shipwrecks, and disease. The ships they used were small and overcrowded. The food and water throughout their voyage was rationed in very small amounts. The Irish's arrival to America in the 1840s would primarily bring them to New York City and its surrounding states. Boston would take in many Irish immigrants as well. These two cities were attractive locations for the Irish because low-skilled jobs were readily available. By 1850, 26% of the residents of New York were Irish. Their low-income jobs didn't help propel them up the economic ladder either. Poor living conditions and poverty would be a way of life for the Irish in the following decades. They lived in shacks cobbled together out of discarded boards and other debris. Tenement houses appeared in response to the needs of a growing population in New York City and Boston. These houses slept as many as 18 persons in an 18-foot by 5-foot high cellar without windows. American cities were undergoing rapid growth and beginning to develop an infrastructure, creating governmental machinery and the personnel necessary necessary to life, the Irish and their children got in on the go. Jobs available didn't require much skill, so the Irish were able to find jobs easily upon their own. Many Irish women could serve as domestic workers, while many Irishmen lived in coal mines and built railroads and canals. Working conditions in the mines were terrible because of no safety requirements, which left many injured and dead. Irish also worked on many railroads and canals, helping expand America westward. The newly arrived Irish immigrants were considered by many to be the lowest rung on the social ladder. Irish were stereotyped by the non-Irish as drunks, criminals, poor, diseased, stupid, and lazy. The Irish were not liked because they took away too many jobs from people who were already present in America prior to their arrival. Irish were the least fortunate of the immigrants. Slums became their staple as they were the poorest members of society and the least respected. Despite the challenges they faced, the Irish worked hard every day. As Irish filled New York City, many would come to settle in the Five Points, a neighborhood in Lower Manhattan, New York City. Competition amongst the Irish and Americans to breed the creation of gangs. One of the Irish's most popular gangs was the Dead Rabbits. Their opponent would be the Bowery Boys, an American gang. The Bowery Boys were a nativist, anti-Catholic, and anti-Irish gang. The feud between the two gangs would last for a decade. Economically, the Irish were very poor, and they started riots with these gangs in protest so that they could have better wages.
Good and all! Who holds sway over the 5 Points? Us natives, born rightwise to this fine land, or the foreign hordes defiling it?
For let it be known that the hand that tries to strike us from this land shall be swiftly cut down.
Then may the Christian Lord guide my hand against your Roman popery.
Prepare to receive the true Lord.
The Irish Catholicism is evident in the many schools' mascots across America, especially the University of Notre Dame Fighting Irish. The many Irish who entered the United States from the 16th century to the 20th century were changed by America, just as they changed this nation. They achieved lives that would not have been possible in Ireland, supporting their families and bringing a better life to their fellow Irish in the United States and in Ireland. In turn, these immigrants contributed to the American culture.